and just gently give it a clean. Got to be careful around some of these components, particularly these capacitors that are stood up. Proud of the board. They may have been bent backwards and forwards over the years and be a little bit weaker than they were when they were new. You probably can't see on the camera, but I can see here the water is already quite discoloured. And I think quite a lot of that is probably coming from these voltage regulators, the heat sinks. The paint seems to be coming off, straight off. At least 3 of them. And this one's coming off as well. That's looking a whole lot nicer. I'll just give this side a little bit of attention too. It's looking a whole lot better, I think. I'm going to leave this for a day or two near the radiator. I'll not put it on top of the radiator, but stood up next to it should ensure it's nice and dry. Check this earth. That's pretty good. And cool. Okay, so let's have a look at some of these voltages. This is straight off the transformer, so we want to be on AC. Let's see what we got between 4 and 5. 8 volts about, and yep, 4 and 5 should be 8 volts. 5 and 6 should be about 8 volts. So 5 and 6, 8.2, good enough. And 4 and 6 should be about 15 or 16. $16.4, good. And 7 to 8 should be about the same. 16. Good stuff. Power supply seems to be fine. Just check the power switch is working properly. Yeah, that's off. Turn the power on. Yeah, I can see the back of the tube lit up there. So, at least we know the monitor's working as well. Although whether we'll get a stable picture, who knows. Turn it back off, cools down. So, the board's connected, everything else is connected. Tape machine's there. Let's see what happens when we turn it on. I'll do it at the socket. And a very flat line on the TV. Yeah, it's too flat for me to see any detail there. I'll just turn it back off. Now, initially I thought that the problem with this monitor, with this horizontal line, would be an electrical problem with the monitor itself, but then on reading up about how the PET video works, it seems that the main board supplies vertical sync, and that seems to me to be the obvious place to look, rather than going around with a scattergun approach trying to change capacitors and burnt out resistors and diodes and things. So I've attached the leads to the vertical drive, and we'll see what the oscilloscope shows. So the voltage is about right, about 4.5 volts RMS. That's what my meter shows as well, but you can see there isn't really a signal. It's kind of fluctuating, and there's nothing really stable there. So I'll turn it off and I'll try the horizontal drive, see if that shows anything. Now we're on pins 7 and 5 for horizontal, and there you go straight away. Yeah, 15.9K, that's, from reading that's about right. 2.75 volts RMS. So it's getting the horizontal signal, which makes sense because we get the horizontal line, but no vertical signal. So I'm going to have to go back to the first IC that supplies this pin and see if I can find the signal before that IC.